This talk is intended for educational purposes only. It reflects our opinions and is based on our best judgment, but no warranty is given or implied as to their accuracy. Past performance does not guarantee future performance, and no investment or trading advice whatsoever is implied by our commentary, coverage, or charts. I'm going to skip the usual SPY rundown today. Pretty redundant from what we've been looking at the past few weeks, and I think Mario has something good to present in the queue. So what I really wanted to look at here was pretty much this chart for me sums up what we're currently seeing in the market. And what we see here is the percentage increase in calls purchased versus Apple and Amazon and some of the hype stocks that we have been seeing on the message boards such as Reddit. So you've got, a 800% increase in Express, 400% in AMC, and then you could see the slight downtick there in Apple and Amazon. So the hype has definitely been in these short squeeze stocks that have been kind of beaten up. And it seems like now these guys on the message boards are motivated to kind of come after the hedge funds. And what you have now is retail traders that are, putting their stimulus check right into their Robinhood account and basically buying whatever the latest hype stock is. And so we've got individuals that are long, pretty much at the extremes, things like GME, not quite AMC yet, but GME right now, most relevant example. And then the hedge funds who are, thinking they're taking the smart play and they're shorting this. Now, interestingly, what we're seeing here in GME is kind of related to the gamma squeeze that I was talking about last week, if you were with us in the chat, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But basically what we have is, in addition to these hedge funds that are getting pressed, we have the dealers that are short the farthest out of the money calls because, retail is buying these things. And then they keep a delta neutral strategy. So they're going long the stock. They're short calls to stay kind of neutral. They're then long the stock. That hedges out their risk. And so that concept paired with the massive short float that we see is kind of what is fueling this huge move. And like Mario said, we have not really seen, I definitely have not seen anything like that. The closest thing that we saw to that was last year in Tesla, but quite frankly, not to the same magnitude, not as explosive as what we're seeing in GME. So it begs the question, how far can GME go? I have no idea, no crystal ball. And are these motivated buyers going to be looking for the next target? And that brings me into the hedge funds most shorted stocks. I'm sure we'll be looking at some of these with Mario today. Mm-hmm. And I've also got a list of the stocks with the top short interest. So GME, of course, there's going to be a lot of familiar names on all of these. We've got, Stitch Fix, SDC is one that's been popping up. So go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, before you finish, because it's no secret for anybody that I'm new to trading options. And what I mean by new is I've only been doing it for 18 months. So I'm in no sense any authority to be talking about implied volatilities and all of this. So that's why I appreciate your time, Kyle, giving us the intricacies and the more advanced stuff. Like we need someone with your type of expertise. I don't want anybody that has been doing this for 6 months or a year telling me what is it that it means, right? So right. The main question is because we learned from the very beginning, I'll say, that high implied volatility, what it means is the expected move, right? So it's basically part of the options pricing model. So if people think GME is gonna double tomorrow, whoever's selling you the options is gonna price that in, right? at what point in time we say, okay, the move from 200 to 400 is already priced in? Why would I get there? Or when should we say, hey, you know what? I'm faster than anybody else. Let me get in.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I was actually talking to Christopher about that privately earlier today. Is like when we see high IV on, say Microsoft or Apple this week, a stock that's reporting earnings this week, the high IV is priced in for that event, right? And so that's why I have that rule around, I'm not trading stocks the week of the earnings prior to the report. I'll trade it after the report, but prior to the report, I don't want to pay up. But in this, you bring up a great point, and I don't have like a hard rule on it. It's kind of like as I see fit. But with the GME, the expectation yesterday, when this thing broke 100, I was looking for that move to 140, and I posted that in the watch list. So if I'm expecting the underlying to go 40%,
right,
I'm more willing to pay up for the options. As far as like a rule, like I'm not gonna, go past this certain percentage. I don't have that in mind for this kind of scenario because, like you said, this is totally new. But if a stock is going 40% intraday, I need to try and get a piece of that. So
okay, but it's I'll say in that particular point, we pretty much overruling whatever rules we have as far as IV, right? Because the way I trade this, and guys, I've been with Carly and some of the other guys, I was not particularly, I never got GME. That one went under, like, I was like, yeah, I'll buy it tomorrow. And then the next day I couldn't buy it. And then the next day I couldn't buy it. But I was in the, BlackBerry, I was in AMC, I'm in AMC. We have the BBBY, all of those we are long and still long, right? But the main thing is we got in before, right? Before the big implied volatility spike. So now the question is, how do we manage? Like, I understand the concept, like, yeah, I think it can go up 50%. So is that sort of, is there a way that we can say like, well, for tomorrow, we think we can go 200 points. So let me see if the implied volatility is less than 200 points so we can get in, or no filter at all, just pure momentum?
In this scenario, yeah, that's another great question, because if you're now considering overnight exposure, things can change drastically overnight, as we know. And so I'm confident with the IV in something that's going to be a 20 to 30 minute trade, staying somewhat stable, if not increasing in my favor in most scenarios, right?
Okay.
Once you start to throw in that overnight, now we're talking about something different. And, the options pricing model, Black-Scholes, things like that. It's complex, right? And so it's a great question. That's why I talk about the IV juicing. And it was mentioned today in the chat, when you experience that kind of mispricing phenomena, if you will, like when you're in a contract, stock has not moved, but your contract price is increasing, we can almost call that like free money. Like I'm gonna take some off, right? Yeah. And so something to consider there as well.
Okay. So in summary, if you like it and you think it's a big move, give it a shot. Close your eyes and give it a shot.
I was trying for GME calls yesterday, and I even tried again today, and TradeStation is rejecting all orders. So yeah. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that with your brokers. The one other point I do want to mention here before passing the torch off to you, Mario, is that, if you guys are going on Wall Street Bets and you're seeing these massive gains on Twitter, on Reddit, whatever it is, it's the same thing that some of the members experienced in the middle of last year with the Instagram traders posting their huge gains in Tesla.
Right.
Number one, you don't understand the risk that they're taking. And number two, in a number of these scenarios, they're punching a lotto ticket, right? Las Vegas is busy every single day because people are irrational and gambling their money. So don't beat yourself up because you're not turning, X into Y. It's that, like, they may have gotten lucky. could be pure lotto. You don't know the risks that this individual is taking. So continue to focus on your own process, on your own system, and you will have the leg up in the long term.
100% agree with you.
All right.
Okay.
I will pass
So
it
who's
off
ready
to you.
for real technical analysis now? Let's do the boring stuff now, huh? Oh my God. Big question we have right now is what do we do from here on? Like as far, do I get the share screen now? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here, right? That's the main thing. Because yes, we're gonna be trading some of the short squeezes for sure. We're gonna give you a list, we're gonna give you a playbook in a little bit. But the main thing is we still have the Apples, we still have the Amazons, we still have the Teslas, we still have Microsoft, we still have the other things that can make us money too. And if you're waiting for GME to double so you can make your daily goal, then you have a problem. You have a real big problem. You should not be looking for that. Use it as your extra bonus money or whatever you want to call it, but that shouldn't be your main thing. I got to be able to make money tomorrow, regardless of whoever it's going like 200% up. All I need is get a stock that is moving like 2-3%, and that should be enough if I trade it correctly. So here's where we are, right? This is a monthly chart of the Qs. I'm going to start right here. For those of you that guys that like the technical analysis, what you see here is a monthly chart of the Qs again. What we have right here, we have the Bollinger Bands at 3 standard deviations. Reason why I have it at 3 standard deviations is very simple. Because if you go to 2 standard deviations, you're going to see that we're constantly going over. This one's adjusted to 3. So what I see right here, we have a test of 3 standard deviations, right? I know some of the guys were asking like, when do we know? When do we get short? When do we start getting exposure to the short side? Where do I buy my BIXs? All of that stuff, right? So for me, it's very technical. So I use a couple tools. This is one of the tools that I use. So we have the 3 standard deviation move right here that came in March, right? That was prior to me taking vacations, as Scuba remind me. So I'm overdue for vacation. So what we have right here is like, you have the punch over 3 standard deviations, and you have the signal, which is the red bar. How do we know it's a signal? Guys, this is basic technical analysis again. So what we have is a close under the prior month. You see it right here. We took the low of the prior month. So we have, here's another thing. Candle counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 3 standard deviations, bearish formation, get out. That was COVID. Then we learned about COVID. So by March, we're down, right? I found a lot of people shorting right here, right at the bottom, versus the 50 month moving average in that case, right? So we took advantage, or whoever could took advantage of this thing. At some point in time, you got to start asking like, okay, when is this thing gonna change? So one of the tools that I use for that is I'm always looking for pivots, right? So this is a pivot. So the prior high or the prior base will be a pivot. So that was, I think you guys remember, you were here, that we were talking about this level, the 190, the 200, see how we hold. And this is when we started putting size to the long side, right? So that was trade number 1, and then we started coming here. Why am I bringing this here? Because I heard a lot of people talking about, oh, we're extended. This is what happened by September. You see what happened right here? We started touching again 3 standard deviations, the Bollinger Bands, right? So what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 standard deviations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 3 standard deviation. We have the red thing, the red bar. So that was almost a signal. But what happened the following one? We didn't have the follow through that we have back into March because of COVID. So I'm not talking about news in here. I'm not talking about news or any other type of indicator. All I'm seeing is my candles, right? So I'm here looking at my candles, and I have my 5 month move into 3 standard deviations, Bollinger Bands. I have my reversal candle right here, September. By the way, notice this, please, guys. Details. This is the first time we close under a prior month's low. No here, not here, not here. not here, not here. This is the first one. So that's my first time to get like alert. So I'm looking, okay, what's going on? Is this going to be the rolling of the market? So I'm looking for targets into probably here, which is the same as the prior pivot, which is the 240. So I will assume that this moving average is going to come to 240. So I'm going to be like target 240 if I were to be short. However, I never got the signal. So I never got the short signal, right? There's two ways to address this. Some people short into 3 standard deviations. So if you're short from here, good for you. If you're short from here, good for you, right? But if I'm not short from here, I don't want to be the guy shorting the low. That's just me. Why? Because we're in a very strong uptrend. So what happened next? So we have September, October, and you heard me talking about me buying the pullbacks, right? So we've been here. So this is where we are, guys. We used a simple Fibonacci retracement. That's what you see right here. And if you've been attending the seminars or the hangouts for quite some time, we just hit the target. It's right there. I haven't moved it. That's target 1, 330.32. So we're like 20 cents from there. So we're there. We have a second target at 374, right? Again, guys, 1, 2, 3, 5 months into 3, 1, 2, 3, 5 months into 3, pullback, push up. So what I'm looking is, I think I'm going to continue going higher with the momentum, unless I get either a 3 standard deviation move 2 months from now. So that will put us into March, 1, 2 more, or I get a red bar that is going to tell me, okay, guys, this is overdone. It's time to go down. It's time to start looking for shorts, right? The game plan then becomes into, so what do we go from here, right? So how should we trade, or how should we address this zone? From this chart, right? We're talking about this month. This is the same month. This is January, right? So we have a tail. You know, we tested the prior support. We did it right here. We didn't, right? We stayed up here. In this case, we broke to it. Now we tested right here. This little tail, that's so important to see it, right? So we tested and we bounced. So what I have, I like to call it like an anchor candle, right? My anchor is going to be this month of January. So January is going to be like the deciding factor for me going forward, assuming we got like 3 or 4 more days, if I'm going to continue to be bullish and how aggressive I'm going to be, right? Because at this point, I'm still bullish. My portfolio, I started trimming it down, and I think it was yesterday and the day before. I keep trimming. I'm telling you guys, take some off, protect some profits. We are at the target. We are all-time highs, and we just hit target 1, to put it mildly, right? What target 1, target 2 could be another 10-15%. So it could be a blow off top, so we can go another 15%. So I wanna be part of that. I want to be in that. That's what I'm betting on. Some of the earnings, you know, the Apples, the Microsoft's doing good. That's why we're going to be talking about the possible trades in Amazon, which is another one, probably Tesla going to 1,000, 1,200. So that's gonna be the one that is gonna take us into this zone right here, right? So what I want you guys to do is take a screenshot of this and keep it. And always remember, where do we go from here? 330 to 300. Those are my levels right here. Once I start getting below 300, that means I'm going to have the first monthly close under a prior month's low. So that's sort of a signal for me, right? That could be an early signal. You may feel like, oh, you get back too much. Well, that means you're over leveraged. Otherwise, if you're managing correctly, you shouldn't be giving that much, too much, right, of your open profits. Now, if February continues to go, we just continue moving, and we just continue counting and checking for the low of the month. I'm talking about swings in here, right? We're managing the swings. Then, after we break the 300, you see it here in yellow, 330 to 300, right? So we got the 330, which is a target, which is a Fibonacci extension, 3 months up. and the 300 is the low. So this is my anchor candle, right? I'm looking for this, and then I'll probably be start shorting into 260. That means if I don't go on vacation, if I'm on vacation, because this usually happens when I go on vacation. If that happens, then I'll be waiting for 260 and see how we react to the support, and then probably start trading into a sideways, which I think is going to be, if we don't go higher, that's probably what we're going to have. We're going to have a wide range in here. So where do we go from there, right? Here's something like if you weren't paying attention to the cues over this period. So how do you know if this is actually constructive, if this is something that you should be looking to get aggressively short? So these are some tails, right, that we can use. Like back in the day when we were analyzing this one, this is what we noticed, right? We have the move, the pullback that we just saw right here, this little pullback right here. So we gotta pretty much X-ray it, right? So we have the high, we have the red in here, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 pullback into some sort of support, and then immediately we just bounce, right? First sign of a problem was when we couldn't make a high right here, and I think we took these shorts. I think we shorted Apple those days, right? But here's the thing, guys. I use the 20 MA as my main gauge as far as the trend. So as long as I'm in a trend, I'm trend trading. I don't want to be the guy. I don't need to pick the top. I don't care. But what I can do is I can trade the trend, because this is not a new trend. You may see it right here. You're looking at your 1 minute or 15 minute or 15 or half an hour chart. But what I'm looking is from here, 180 all the way to here, I'm in an uptrend. And I'm at the top of an uptrend, by the way. So I'm looking to be a buyer right here. Why? Because my risk is defined. If I'm buying 269, my stop is like literally 267. If I want to go extra technical, I should not be expecting this to make a new low. So this should be like the last point of resistance for me. Like if I want to size it like very cautious, being very cautious as far as my portfolio, I want to put my alert right here. So this is not a short. That's what I put right there. You know, I've been telling you guys for a long time. Like there's a time to get short, there's times to get long. So at this point in time, when I'm in an uptrend, the highest uptrend, I mean the longest, I mean the more, I mean this is a V-shaped move. So I'm looking to get long. So this is a long. We stay here. This is when you make a decision again, right? What do you do? Like, are you gonna sell into here, which was resistance, or we're gonna keep some? So we kept some. We got lucky. Absolutely. Now we're into target. So the same candle that what we're showing, right? The 330-300 is this one right here. So that was the first week of the year. That's what we're looking, because now we're looking at the weekly chart. So this is going to be my line in the sand, basically. I have the 320. So write it down for tomorrow. So we have the 320 by 332. That's a range. Okay. And that is for short term. Meaning if we go over 330, we go long, and we're trying to get 370. I'm not expecting to hit 370 tomorrow, because remember, this is not GME, this is the index. So it's going to take some time to move 15%, but that's basically what I'm trying to do, right? Once I start getting into 320, I'll be cautious. I'll start taking some profits from my long-term swings and everything, right? And I'll wait and see how we react to the 300. That's the game plan, guys. Once I start losing the 300, I may be able to get some shorts in some of the momentum stocks, some of the things that we can say that it can drop. Why? Because we have a down. So we have under 300 for the Qs, we can go to 60. Okay. And remember, at that point in time, we're not in a downtrend. We're just trading now what it's a range, a topping range, right? And then we see how we resolve. So if anybody has any questions about it, just let me know. But I think this is pretty clear as far. Short on the 300. What about the MAs? What happened with the MAs? MAs are not real. Remember, they're just a calculation, right? So I usually go from support to resistance to support to resistance. You know, guys, I do the Wyckoff method. So all I do is horizontal lines. You don't see any other type of lines on my charts, right? The reason is because I can start throwing like any kind of like I see people, they do something like this, and they're like, oh, we just tested exactly at the, at the whatever helps you. But I don't use it, so I don't use it. So all I do is like horizontal things, and then I see like here's the tail, here's the tail, so here's the higher low, and that's where I go, right? So this is my tail. I put a start right there for you guys, so you screenshot it, save it, print it, because I think we're gonna be trading with this chart at least for the next 5 months. So I'm on record saying that, because basically that's what we have, right? If we come right here and we go back to our monthly chart, I'm expecting another 2 months up at least. Or if we start shopping, then it's going to be probably taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 5 months. Let's just chop, right? So that's the cues, guys, and I hope that gives you an understanding of where we stand right now, because it's not the same, guys. I cannot be buying as aggressively as I was like September, or as I was in the last pullback from the presidential thing, or as we were when everything went on sale in probably April or March, right? We were buying pretty much anything, even stocks that don't even do anything like Boeing. We could make like 100% in a couple days or in a week. So now let's get into the list. I don't have a list today, guys, because I wanted to dig extremely deeper into very deep into the markets and make sure that we know where we are, because this is a very compelling chart. And if you start like, wow, is this the end? Where are we? I mean, should we start buying insurance? Yeah, we're gonna have it like 320. Now once we start losing 320, 310, we start getting some insurance. You're gonna pay a little bit more, but probably you're not gonna need it for the next 2 months, so might as well, right? So let's do Apple. Is gonna report earnings tomorrow, so I'm just gonna breeze through it. So that's where we are. We have the pullback, we have support, we talk about it. So we got target 1, which is 138, and then new all-time high. So basically from here, you know how to trade this. It's 145, and then we wait for earnings and see where is that going to take us, right? So let's do Amazon, because I think this one's even better. So we have earnings coming on. What was the earnings? Let me see. 2-2. So we still got time for this one. We have the same entry right here for the momentum. I think the last time we call it 3,350. So let's call it 3,362. Again, I'm not interested into getting into a chop, right? I don't want to wait, whatever. Disclosure. We went long in here as we planned, because we saw, I think we talked about the 4 months of consolidation. So if you really wanted to be in Amazon, well, this is pretty much what you're trading, right? Simple chart, move up, and this is where we are. This is something.
Check the after hours.
Check the after hour. Let me see what's going on. So we are at 3377. So that means 3,400, and that's going to be the trade, right, for tomorrow. In that case, when you see the trigger, it's very simple. All we have is like we are over the key level that we want to see. The key level is 3,362. That's not going to change because we're over that, right? So all we do is like we know it's going to be 3,372. So this is the way I game plan it. So I come into the 15 minutes, right? So I know this is my key level, right? Now, after hours, I'm going to see the 3,397. So if we go over that, then you take the intraday trade, right? That's when you start accumulating, or you start trading the next leg, basically, right? Because the trade is right here, right? This is a setup I'm trading. Most of the times, to say 90% of the time, I'm trading off daily charts. That gives me better risk reward, better moves, cleaner moves. I can get in with time. I can slow play it, like I like to say. So it is the same call anyways. So it's going to be 3,370. And the target is like right here. We can see it. Should be 3,500 and 3,600. Now, we do have the things with earnings, and I cannot tell you what are those going to be, right? I don't see anything unusual in here. I don't see any big volume. Yes, I see some volume right here, but I would expect that to be right here. off the bottom. So some people bought it, some people jump into it. So they say like, okay, this is the bottom, so let me try and do it. But this is actually one of the best formations that I like as far as breaking. When I'm breaking out, I like this. So I have the move from the bottom to the top and sideways consolidation. So this is a top for tomorrow, right? Momentum players on top of Amazon for tomorrow. Absolutely. So we go Amazon and start doing the start doing your thing, guys, because I need guidance right here as far as what is it you want to see. The Facebook, pretty much the same, right? We have support, and I think the last call we have, if you go to your notes, we say 250, we buy. So this is the type of formation. Again, this is the type of things that I like to do. People say it's risky. I say it's not, because I have a reference point. I have the 3 standard deviations right here. So I know the move is extended because standard deviation is telling me that. So whenever I start seeing the reversals, sign of a reversals, I call it as a reversal. That's the type of trade I like to do. So we go to 60, target 1 is right here in the point of control, which is 262. So we're right there. So from here, where do we go? I'm waiting for the break. That's the only thing. And I don't want to trade it as far as we coming into earnings. So I might as well just let it go, right? If you're into it and you want to do high IB and everything, feel free. I think it's going to be 283, 284 by 288, and then 298. So that's pretty simple. Not much of guidance in there. You guys want to jump into those names? Kyle, you good with that? We go to whatever they ask. Okay.
Yeah.
CCL. Let's do it. Let's do something different. So for CCL, I don't like this. You're asking for longs. I don't like the fact that we're not holding this accumulation. Or so what we have is accumulation. Dow, it looks like they have some distribution at 21. So what we have is like I would like to see it at 1601. So you're thinking short, absolutely shorted, 18 to 16. That's target 1. Right? I'm going to start looking at this as a long again if we go over 21. So this one is not looking good from my perspective. This is inside a squeeze. So usually squeezes go from the 21-day EMA to the 3 standard deviations. So that should be target 1. So if you were looking to short this one, you should already be short, right? Second entry will be under 18. So that's CCL. On top of your notes, Hassan, because I need him, because I'm not writing it now, so we can cover more. So for Neo, what do we like about Neo? I like the monthly. I think we have a 62 by 65 range, pretty clear right here. You can read it right here. That's what I have. So 62 by 65. So it all depends on how you guys trade. But so if you trade support and you see some support in the 55, that's a good trade, right? This is the last time, I think it was Alan that brought it to us that day, and it run. So we have the pullback. You should already be in if you're thinking long, or you can take the high right here, 66, 67. So 67, target 1 could be 72 and then some, right? That's Neo. We go with Fubo. I think Fubo is one of the short squeezes, right? One of the short squeezes.
Yeah.
One of the short candidates. So let's see what we like. Right here. So nobody like it. Everybody was shorting or whatever. Then we have the spike. So we got a top of 62 all the way down to 23. Volume right here. We have the green line right here at 40.49 already triggered. All I can say about this, I mean, this is so simple, guys. It's momentum. It's nothing else. If you look at the volume is not telling me anything. It's telling me red, green, red. Everything is above average because it didn't. I mean, you should trade nothing, right? Like 4 million shares. Now we're doing like 60 million shares. So whatever happens on any of these days is enough based on comparison to what we used to do with the trades. So I don't see any big levels that I can work with. What the market profile, for instance, is telling you is like we should be long from 30s. So that was the point of control, which, you know, I use a lot. So my entry, let's say I was looking at Fubo, my entry should have been around here, the 30s, 32s, and 43. That's like target one. For now, it's on momentum. So take it from there and dump it whenever you feel like it's not going to go any higher. So let's do Google. Google, I know we had a great entry on that one, and that was a long time ago, by the way. So same pattern that we're trying to do with Amazon, right? So it's sideways consolidation for 3 months in here, finally broke. That was a 1 day gap up. So I like this. Actually, I like that. I assume, no, it's not doing much after hours. So for Google, absolutely, we can trade momentum Google. 1940, go for 10% easily, right? Why? Because we have the squeeze component. So I think there's enough worse in this move left. I mean, there's a lot of energy. We have the highest. Look at the accumulation, guys. This is something to notice, right? When you come to 1490, right? This is like 1500, right? It's like around here, right? So then what we see is over the last 3 months, actually people were paying out for Google. So they're expecting something better. So this could be the earnings run into earnings, right? It already started. It started a little bit too early for my liking. I would have liked it to be waiting for us a little bit longer. But the main thing to notice from this pattern is that actually people are willing to pay out. So this is accumulation over an accumulation zone. Very bullish. So I think this is one of my favorites here. Yep, Google. Gonna write it down. That one I gotta write it down because I might trigger tomorrow. So 1932, 1935, and the target is gonna be. You can use a fib if you want, but I'll say we can at least test the 3 standard deviations. That's one of the measures that we can use. So 1980 for 1980. And then if you go 1980, just go for the psychological level. So it's going to be 2000 and 2100. Okay, that's Google. Let's go to AAL. So we're going back to the airlines, which I don't know what's going on with them. Interesting chart. I like the fact that we have a squeeze. We testing the 50 MA. Volume is slow. But here's what I like. Here's why I like it. Who asked? Chris. We have the accumulation right here for a couple months, and then we have these 2 months. So what we're seeing is that we're still here. We're still defending this zone, right? It's not like the other one that what was it? What was the first one that the NEO? No, the CCL that we actually start dropping, right? So this one we're still holding. As long as we're still holding, I'm willing to look at it. So my entry in this case is going to be like, this is one of the levels that I'm going to be watching, the 1636, $17. And then we take it from there. So 17 for 22, that'll be one. So 17 for 22. Yeah, that will be AAL. Did I say AAL? Yeah, 17 for 22. DraftKings is so hard. So DKNG, let's see if we like anything right here. I thought it was going to go today. This is so hard. It's been accumulation. Look at the accumulation. What I like about the accumulation is what we just talked about on Google. You see that it's higher accumulation, higher prices versus what we were doing before. So we were doing 41 before. Now the level became 54, 53, 55. Right? So all we're doing is trading sideways. So if you try to break this one and try to play with 0 DTEs, 2 DTEs, you're getting chopped because you know this is hard. And it looks like it's going to break. You buy it and then they drop it on you and then it stays here for 3 or 4 or 5 days. So everything expires. And then the next week, once you don't have anything has happened to me, it goes up and it runs. So no rush. I think we still have the same entry from 15 days ago, something like that. It's 57. That's the real one. That's the real one that I want. DKNG over 57. Yeah, you can trade it 56, 50. Yeah, you can, but if it's gonna go to 65 and 70, which is the targets that I want, I don't need to try to get in like 10 cents before. It's not going to make a difference. If you really like it, buy it at 49 and hold it. If you really love it, buy it at 45 and hold it. Now, just wait 57. We take it 57. We go from there and we take it for 65. So 57, 65. I think this is a very old call that I made that I've been making like 65, 70, and 80. I think is what I like for DraftKings. When, I don't know what's going to happen, but you have to have exposure into this one. So make a note, you must own this one over 57. Okay. At least a little bit. Roku, my favorite stock in the world, not. Let's see what happens here. So what we have is a multiple, what is it, like a whole year running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months coming to 448. So everybody's going to be using Roku. I don't know. Amazon needs Roku. Netflix needs Roku. Everybody needs Roku. So I don't know who doesn't have a Roku at this time. It's so cheap and you need it for everything. But anyways, here's what I'm looking, right? I have levels right here, 420. I think I posted in the room today that this is a watch for tomorrow. Reason being is we never even get it into the 3 standard deviations. So I think we're testing probably 2.5. So at 2.5, we started seeing some topping. This is around the top. It looks like around the top, right? It's not confirmed until we break the 8. So we broke the 8 today. So for me, that's a trigger. I wasn't looking at the trade today, so I missed it. But once those of you that have been trained by either you, by me or by Kyle, you know that run the tops, we usually take the close to the 8 MA. That's a pretty solid entry. And target 1 is the 20. So we go in 380 at least. So that's what I'm thinking for tomorrow, that we can probably do some shorting in Roku. The stop, of course, it's going to be 429. So I'm going to be looking for setups in this one. So 385. Reason why I like this trade is because it might not stop at 385, but come all the way down to here to 346, which is the 50 MA. So let's see Roku, because it looks interesting. It has potential. 364. So under 400 for 364 and 341. Roku has nothing to do that the fact that I don't like trading the stock, because it's just a stock. I don't care about the company. I don't care about any company. I don't dislike any company.
Apple.
They haven't done, no, not even that one. I actually like the company. I like it a lot. It's just 400. I don't like the cult behind it. Like GME, I started to dislike it because it's like such a cult behind it. They're like untouchable. No, nothing is untouchable. We can short and we can go long everything. So 400 for 385 and for 365. Right? So let's look at that one. That could be a momentum. That could be a trade for tomorrow. Let me see where we're trading now. So Roku, yeah. Actually, if we even go to 412, 413, 420, we can even initiate something like that if you're looking to actually swing it, right? So Roku on, let's see, pot stocks. What are the pot stocks? CGC, I think is about to break. There you go. There you have it. As you guys know, and I always give you this disclosure, I don't like trading CGC intraday because it trades like I don't like it to trade. So I usually, what I do is I put my bets, my trades into CGC and I just let it run. I like it. I like today. You could have made money if you bought it in the first 15 minutes of the day. Otherwise, it's just sitting there the whole day watching, doing nothing. So confirmation, continuation, let's do 36.15, and that's going to be 36.15, which is today's high, CGC over 36.15. For, I think we can go 10% easily on this one. So I think my target is like 39 and 42. Okay. This is all-time high, so I don't really, oh no, it's not. Sorry, guys. 39 is target 1. Yes, 39 is target 1. And then 42 because of the extension right here. So yes, 31 and 42. Okay, then we revisit, because now what we're dealing is like if we start going in here, we're going to be like versus 3 standard deviations with a move, one-sided move probably of 6 to 8 weeks. So it could happen, but then we have the earnings on 2/9. So keep an eye. I think 39 and 42, that's the easy money. Okay. CGC. I know some of the guys like to trade the Tilray. That was good. That was a good squeeze. Yes, that was a good squeeze. Absolutely. So what we have is like, look at the bottoming pattern right here on a monthly, right at 269. I'm sorry, not 269, 979. So that was pretty low, like the $10. Then we have the move, the 22. We have the test right here. So what I like is I'll probably take it $20. You can take it as a momentum trade. Simple, pure momentum trade. 20 over 20 for that easily can go 24, 20%, 30%. So that's 24, 26. Tilray over 20 for 22, 22 and 26. Did I say 22, 24, 24, 24? 22 is too obvious. I mean, that's like the prior high. I mean, that should be like the first trade. Like it triggers in the morning, and that we should get there like no problem. What else? What other post stock do you like? Because I only know the ACBs and all the other ones. I don't trade them. I know it's another APHA. Afria. Is that pot? I think this is pot. If it's not, I still like it. Let me see the monthly, the weekly. This could be a continuation pattern, guys. 1402 for Afria. Afria. I think it's spot. It's just like guys, I'm so behind. I'm in solo. I'm at 747, so I'm like 12 minutes late. So if you're please give me the feedback, Kyle, because I don't get to see it. Otherwise, I'll miss what the guys are.
Oh, sure.
What the guys are posting. So solo, Electromechanica, solo, solo. You know how to trade this. Yeah. Ideal entry pass is way past. Like ideal, we should be in the 7s. We should be in the 8s. So now it's all momentum. We got the 50 right here. So it's extension. I mean, you can play it. Absolutely momentum. So 970. But it's not, I mean, it's just another momentum. So I can go to Google and do the same that I'm going to be doing. Actually, this is a good time to make it, right? Like, yes, I get it. Like the pattern is the same, and you can go, and tomorrow you're going to be telling me, wow, that really cool. Right, that was the trade, and we went from $9 to $11, and I make X amount of money. Whatever, you hit your target, excellent trade. That's really good, right? But like at some point in time, I can only watch X amount of trades, right? X amount of ideas, and follow and proper execute my strategies with them. So if I'm looking for, like, sometimes you see that I post and I say, okay, I'm thinking that today the key is going to be the market. So if I think the market is going to be the key, I'll probably go with one of the market stocks, right? I don't need to go to something crazy. Then if I have like a special situation, let's say an AMC or GME, or I don't even remember what I traded today, the Beyond, or no, that was not the Beyond. That was something else. The Smile Direct or SKT. Some of those, then I'll add it to the mix. But I'm trading like I have. Like you've done, you know how I trade my game plan. So I have some that is going to go with the market. So if I think the market is going to go bullish or bearish, then I have my market plays. So I let them play out. And then I have my special situations that are faster trades and everything, right? So this could be like a great trade if, assuming implied volatility is not too high for me, that we don't gap up tomorrow, and that we have massive volume. So in that case, that could be my special situation for tomorrow. So solo could be my go-to stock. So I encourage you guys to have alerts on all of this and let us know what is special about it. Like a lot of the times I get like DMs and people will be like, oh, check out CGC. And I'm like, what's special about it? Well, it's up.
Yeah, it's ticker spam.
Right. or it's down. And I'm like, well, yeah. Or, oh, this one's about to go. About to go where? What is it that you're seeing? Can you tell me? Like, hey, we're hitting the 50 daily MA. Hey, we're inside a daily squeeze and now we're hitting. Hey, we're at 3 standard deviations. Hey, the volume is like, I think I posted, Tesla wasn't doing anything today, right? Was doing 40%, right? You go to Tesla, 48%. Of course, it's not going to break out, right? Now, tomorrow, we have a 1, 2, 3 for Tesla, right? Tomorrow over 940, take it long, because that's going to be a trade, likely, if we trigger, right? But today, a 48%, I mean, it's like the lowest volume in, I don't know, not a long time, because it has shitty days. So that's the main thing. And then we all be in the better trade. That's the main thing. Try not to post wood, although I understand some of the times we all forget. Like sometimes I post something and I'm like, oh my God, didn't check I can't believe it. I'm posting like a stock that is doing like 50 or 60% trade. I mean, volume for the day, right? AMO, I have no idea what it is. Imperial Oil. Just going by the chart, I think it capitulated already. That was the beginning of the year. Sorry, I'm looking at the monthly chart. So for this one, 19, 30, 18, I don't know, man. Over 21 go long, under 19 go short, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, it did some, but unless you're trading like what, the break of the 50 MA, but then you have all of this right here, unless we got something special, like tomorrow it goes like down and we start seeing volume, it's just any other trade. Oh, that's ESO. I get it. Okay. DraftKings we already did. Same. Overshoot 56, upgraded 70, couple DraftKings. Not.
AMC, BBBY.
Okay. Yeah, I dislike MU too. AMD, Alex, that's an earnings play, so I don't even know what's that doing. So probably gapping up like 1 or 2% to kill all the premium. Yeah, exactly, as expected. So yeah, nothing. If you see it going over 99.23, we go long. Not before. Space is a short squeeze. We know that is in the making. So I think you should go back to your notes, because I think we called this 127 to 34. So we got target 1, and then I totally forget about yesterday, and then I totally forget about this today. So this is kind of the special situations that I'm talking about, guys, that we need to be on as a team, right? Like, hey guys, we broke yesterday 34. Now we have a gapping up that it's over the entry. The entry was around 35 bucks. We did massive volume yesterday. We did another massive volume today. So at this point in time, it's like, when do you call this thing? I'll tell you when do you call it. You call it like at 9:35 a.m., like 9:40. This formation, as a team, we need to be long. 39, 40 bucks. I don't care. That's 10% move. You're my hero for the day, right? So this is what we won. Like, I don't know if it was called, because I was not in the room this morning, but 40 to 44, that's a trade. That's a trade. That's a special situation, right? We have 310% volume. We're still coming hard from yesterday that we did the break that we were waiting. And guess what? The day of the break, we have a massive volume. We close over the level, so that stays on my bullish list. So for tomorrow, what do we have for space? I have nothing. Like, basically, it's just a momentum trade now, right? And we know it has the short squeeze component. So space is short squeeze, SS plus Momo. So I'm gonna try to see if we can get some decent implied volatility and ACV. Okay, we did them. JD and Baba. Okay, Chinese names now. JD is something. Massive run. I don't know if we gotta check by the two after this. So what we have is we have this massive move. We couldn't break. Well, we did not a significant higher high, and all we have is like consolidation. Now I like this. This is why we've been looking at JD, and then we have the gap up yesterday and failed. So today we have a test. As long as we don't break 96, I'm looking to go long, right? So you see, I have an alert right there at 97.50. I think that was an intraday level that I was looking. 97. We never went over BWAP. If you try to get in here, well, know exactly what you're doing. So you're dealing with you're dealing with this green line. You got tested here, you got tested here, you got tested here, you got tested here, you got tested here. Moment we see 97.50, you can go very aggressive. So if that's your type of trade, take it, 97.50. Then if you don't want to do that, you can always wait for 99. And then from 99, we go for all-time highs. Okay, so JD is a watch for tomorrow, over aggressive over 98, right? Over prior day high, which is over prior day high. You can see 102 easily on this one, right? So we go for 102.50 and then 105. So yeah, that's a good catch. I'll be looking at JD. Absolutely. One of the ones that I've been looking. Let me see Baba. And Baba, I like the formation. I like what he's doing coming into earnings. I know there was a lot of rumors. Remember, that was the day that they found Jack. This is my main chart. This is my main chart on Baba. Look at this, right? So we have the move, the pullback up to new highs, pull back again down to the 8 MA that we discussed. Remember, guys, you saw me doing this on the Qs, so you know I like this formation. So we bought some already, whatever. So now the real entry, like confirmation, right? Momentum is on our side. We need to break this. We need to break the 270.50. So I think that's where my alert is, like 270.08, because I wanna keep you guys in the trade. By the way, it's 267.35 after hours, not there yet. I think we can have a nice trade here on Baba. So 270 for 300 and 320. Okay, so that's Baba. So Baba 270 for 300, just because it's 300. 320 is the real target. At least 320, right? Is it 300 right here? The 320. Then from 320 we take it. Hopefully we're gonna have more move from there. So we got the Baba, we got the Baidu. Baidu, great trade right here, pull back, and now we're testing the 8 MA. Here's the problem with Baidu. I think we hit this resistance right here from the longer term chart. So 280, 270, there's a lot of resistance. I don't want to get involved until we clear 280 actually. So that one, I'll probably be watching at 230. That's what I have my alert right here, 232, to see if I can get an entry or a good trade. I'm not interested in shorting 240 for 233 or whatever. I'll rather be doing something else. There's a lot of things going on. Any juice left in beyond? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Juice, all of it. All of it, because this is what we're dealing with here, right? We have a massive accumulation 140. We saw it, so it was right here. Some check is out right here. So this is the entry 146. This is target 180. It went back passed through it. So now the reference point for us is going to be the 200, right? 198, 200. I want to see how we react to that. If we can get to that, then I'll probably go for 240. So 200 for 240, right? But this is our anchor now. We talk about anchors now, right? We have massive volume right here, like 36 million shares. So whatever happened today, it's important. It's not the same when we're dealing with what we talk about, the Teslas with the days that they don't do any volume. Like, yeah, whatever, some people were buying in here. I don't care. I want to see where the big money was made. Like big money was buying in here. You can see the volume right here, 630 million. Big money was buying in here, 50 million shares. Big money was buying in here, 50 million shares. So we know they were buying 145, 145, 145, dump it into 220. Where are they going to come back up? We can throw some fibs. So 130 to 230, let's call it 100. So half is 50. So 220, 170. So 170 is a 50% retracement. So What I would love to see is this thing coming down, and everybody forgetting about 170. And then we start getting 170, 180, 180, 200, and then we go. Okay. So that's the way I would play beyond. So if you're thinking of buying some swings or you really like the idea, then wait for it 180, 170, buy some 90 days, even 100 something days at 180, 190, 200, 220. Okay. But I don't get advice on. Okay. Kyle, high short float, AMC done, right? We did AMC. Oh no, we done. Let's see. Let's go into the fun part. So AMC, absolutely, absolutely gonna go crazy. So somebody called it. I think it was Eric. He said tomorrow is gonna be 7. I think it's 7 already. Yeah, 820, 842. My God. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. I got some, but I don't have enough. I'll tell you that much. So now I'm not liking it. I don't like it to run without me. Yeah, target 2 is 11. We can see here 11. So this is short. So my God. Again, thank you, Carly, for the call on AMC. This is a great example for you guys. Like, I know the first time he popped in the room, I think it was in the 220s. I said I didn't want to get in until 311 because what I was waiting for is this confirmation, right? So when I saw the volume at 311, I started here. So my position was actually quite late. Where's the 311? I think it was like 314. That's that day, right? And it's been an intro to hold that day. So even though I paid like 50% more than some of the guys, it doesn't matter because what we're waiting right here, I think goes to the point that Kyle was trying to make when he was talking about these short squeezes, is that there's no technical analysis for this thing, right? Like I absolutely failed to put more size today during the day. I should have. I totally forgot that it was a short squeeze component. So now we doubled it overnight. So $8. So where do we go from here? You can call it like it could be 16 2 days from now. So if you have anything, just hold it. If you want to get in, or well, I don't know. Wow, AMC gone already. Okay, I don't know what else to say, guys. BBBY, I think this one was, we call it today. We was watching the 3750. So it's up again. So this one is not gone just yet. So what do we do from here? So we got a 40. I think this is longer term. We may have some bigger targets. No, I don't have bigger targets. So break of 52. Guys, I don't want to say it, but I don't want to lie. This thing could be 52 tomorrow too. So we got the AMC, double BY, some power, SPWR. Clean energy. This all high short, right? Yeah. This one's more of a trend. So that's momentum trading, SPR. Space we already discussed. Rocket mortgage, I think the news was yesterday. So we have a 1, 2, 3 pattern right there. This one might be playable for me as far as my playbook. So you guys know I do the 1, 2, 3 all the time. So 24, 2401. So I'm gonna write it down. So that probably is not gonna left without me. So 2401. Now targets, technically, I'll say like on a different market, I'll say like we go for 24. I mean, we go for 28 and 32. So let's say we go for 28 and 32. But that could happen tomorrow, right? Go. Carly's been on top of this one too. 1, 2, 3, yeah, overnight 1844. So it's up like another 14. What is it? 4 points, 40%, 30 something percent. So I'm gonna put it in that same basket. The pick one, pick your favorite, and see where it takes you. Workhorse, wow, massive volume workhorse today. I like this one. I like this one as a second day play. Guys, this is hard. This is not technical analysis for me. Momentum, W. Yeah, I like workhorse. Two things I like about the whole workhorse. We did the pullback and we just exploded. So if you see what happened with Beyond, that's the kind of thing that I will usually hold some overnight if I was trading that thing, right? Something like this. Like you have the massive move and you have the big increased volume, then next day you may have a surprise. So I think we already have the surprising workhorse, right? W a workhorse, yeah. So 33, 32. So yeah, you already have the surprise. It's not that big, yes, just yet. So probably this one could have some move tomorrow. So workhorse, put it in there. Rev also had after hour pop. Rev, what is a Rev? I think I heard something on TV about this one. Rev, they're just going after everything that is heavily short. So the main thing for me, it's my entry point, because my entry point is going to determine the size that I can put, the risk that I can take, and how long I can go. I can buy pretty much anything, like we were talking, right? I can buy a Tesla at 1,000 and try to make it, if I put a tight stop intraday, and yeah, but then if I'm gonna just go for a point or two, I'd rather do Tesla seriously than do GME. And I don't have to be worried about my broker doesn't have it, and or a hold, and implied volatility is so high. I'd rather do Tesla. Seriously, at this point in time, I'd rather be in those. Plug, I like it, and I was looking at it yesterday. Today, I'm sorry. This one I like. I have all. This is the chart that I'm working with Plug. So although we have the massive run, we have this accumulation right here at 66. So we have the clear pullback in here. So target 1 is 78, target 2 is 84. Don't tell me we're there already. So I think I was posting this one, Plug. So let's look at Plug tomorrow. If we get a trend, if we get an entry over 75.50, so Plug over 75.50. I think this one has a high short interest too, not as high as the other one. Remember, guys, Tesla, when we were working on those type of squeezes, it was at 15, and it gave like biggest win in history, something like that. So it doesn't have to be 100%. It could be a solid 20%. So target for Plug is 84. I'm just running it down, and then we go 90, 95 to 100. So Plug, absolutely. Thank you, Assam. I like the pattern. I like the chart. So Plug, we may still have some. F-Cell is just crazy. F-Cell is crazy. I blew this one up. Oh, yeah. So for F-Cell, I don't know, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that we have $106 in here. So this is fuel cell. They say they never make money, and apparently now they're gonna start making money. So this can really be pumped just because of we have targets at 100 right here. So I think this is one that I want to explore. And it will be over 23, over 28 for 58. So F-Cell over 23, over 28 for 58. This could be probably one of the ones that I'm going to be, if that's high short, right? In F-Cell too. Just because a lot of people will be looking at this chart like we do here, and they'll see like, wow, that was 100. Okay, if we can get 50% of that, that's $50. So from 21 to 50, that's a double, and then we can make some really nice money on there. Mariah Carey hero, yeah. TCF if time. TTC, man, I've never done this many small stocks before. But I'm so happy that we're doing them now, because this is what I used to trade all the time. By the way, never traded big guns. So yes, NVIDIA 555. That will be the entry. I think we got earnings, right? Yep. Remains. I don't know if they're just gonna wait and gap it up on us. I really like the monthly chart. Monthly chart is very bullish. So we continue with the same call. I'll say 555 is the aggressive entry. 583 over 59 or over highs. We need to be in the trade. Absolutely. Over 590 be in the trade. And then we take targets from there. You can do like 10, 15%, 20%. So 10% is like 60 points. So that puts you at 650. So let's call it 650 and 700 for that. 650 and 700. And I don't have a crystal ball. I just know how to do a little bit of math. And I think it's just like levels like that. So NVIDIA, the pins is hard. It's setting up. Was setting up yesterday for the 78.88. So we're still in the same range for pins. So let's do 77. Let's wait for it to break so we can have a clean entry. So 77, if at all, 65. This is one of those that I don't like to trade. That one, Snap, is the other one I don't like to trade. Same thing. So here's 57.40, 57.50. What I like about Snap is we're in a squeeze. So it's building momentum. Volume is there. I'll say his volume is there. And we have 2 months of accumulation between 50 and 52. So it could be, this is the problem that I have. Like we're hitting like 3 standard deviations already. So yeah, sort of chasing unless we have a real solid base. This can go for 4 months or 5 months, you know, hasn't really moved that much compared to the other stuff. We got SQ. We totally forgot about Bitcoin with this ones. Remember we were trading the SQs, the PayPals and all of that. So that looks like a reversal, guys. Look at the monthly chart on SQ. So confirmation will be under 200. Do I want to wait till 200? I have most of the volume done at 212 and 226. So if you're thinking short, this could be a good short. This could be something that I could totally see myself shorting just because of the chart. And I don't have big targets on that one, but I think we can see 10%. So let's try SQ as a momentum short for, wow, we haven't had shorts in a long time, for 180 and 160. Okay, right? I'll shift my bias once we start going over. Now, here's the question, right? You've seen me, wow, it's 8:30 already, right? You've seen me doing a lot of buying support and, you know, the pullbacks, and I understand. The thing is that I was not doing it at all-time highs or at target, right? So remember where we are, right? We're up here. I'm dealing with target 1. I'm dealing with all-time highs. I'm dealing with a massive run since March, almost a year, nonstop. So at some point in time, like the first pullback, I get it. This is COVID. So this is the first pullback. So I was very aggressive buying it, right? My stop was like right here. Now, if I start trying to pick a point where I can start buying the pullbacks, unless I have a solid daily chart in the stock, I'm not gonna be that aggressive. So that's why, like for this one, like you will say like, wow, Mario, you were telling us to buy this here. And I'm like, yeah, but that was a different market. That was a market from 2 months ago or for a month ago. Now it's type of different, right? We failed right here. We make a failure to make a new high. Now we're running. Now we have the moving averages coming down. So this is definitely one to look. Guys, I think we ran out of time. So did we?
Thank you, Mario.
Oh, 5 minutes, right? So yes.
Yeah, a
so,
few more minutes if you want to keep going.
Yes. We can do Clove. I think Clove or Clovis, CLVS. I think CLVS is the one you mean. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because this one, I like it. I like CLVS because he has the short component. I think this is my favorite for tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna try to get some into the 9s and 10s and everything. This because I'm working with this. I'm probably going for again, guys. Let's try to write one of this. So it could be Clovis. This is oncology, so it's cancer. I have no idea about that. I trade crappy ones. Yeah. AMC. What else, guys? Oh, this battery. Yeah. BLNK charging, but I think it's already up overnight. Like everybody was looking at that one today. Okay, 60 by 63. So just momentum, guys. I thought I kind of like these ones a little because they're not just going straight up. I mean, they doing some little patterns. Although if you come in here, like that was an awesome trade. So 63.15 as momentum. Jinko Solar. Hey Amit. Jinko. Massive accumulation. I'll take it over 77. Yep. Just place it on alarm right there. F cell. We already talked about F cell. Lift. Say it. Guys. What else? So we have a game plan. I think the main thing for today that I wanted to share with you guys is like, I don't know how long this is gonna continue as far as this short squeezes and everything. We gotta take advantage of that for sure. Oh yes, Airbnb. I'm liking that one, and I'm watching this one. Look, this is what we're trading right here. Recent IPO, all-time high. So we can go. Target one is 206. I think we're gonna trigger tomorrow. Well, actually, we triggered today. So yes, momentum, Airbnb. Okay, so that's a Momo trade. So my main point is like try to preserve all of those profits. I know you guys are up huge. Probably not as big as these guys that doing the GME making millions. Hopefully you are, but I definitely am not. But anyways, all we need to do is remember you got goals. Set your goals for the year. Set your goals for 3 months. Make sure you hit it. The daily goal, whatever's on top of that, better for you. Make sure you don't give up too much, because we see how the market can turn. Like yesterday it was crazy the way they drop it. It was not that much in perspective, but we were down a good 400%, about 400 points at some point in time. So snow as a short. Here's the thing. I got targets to 260. Yeah, you can short it momentum, I guess. Yeah, not that actually you ask me, I'll be looking to go long. This is the type of pattern that I'd rather be seeing if buyers start stepping in, and I'll probably just start grabbing some, before people realize that snow is gonna go to 1,000. So I'd rather be like pensive. Remember, it's preserving capital, both your money capital and your mental capital. And the thing you don't realize is that sometimes, let's say you're in the middle of the day, right? And all you focus on it's on GME, right? So you're like, oh my God, I can do it or whatever. Then you just miss the easy trades, right? And yeah, you can have a great day on this one, but you can have a great day on another one too. That's an SKT, right? Without that much of a trouble, because this is what's going on, right? It gave you plenty of time to enter, and then we have the spike in volume, and then we got the 14, then we got the 1450. That's a massive trade. It's 30% move in a couple hours, or an hour actually. Nice. So it can happen, and what I need you guys to do is help us be on top of this, because we don't, I understand GME is exciting and everything, but we don't need 30 people following GME and everybody giving us like every time it goes up 10%. What I want is like, yeah, we got one guy on GME, and once we see it, like, okay, you're on top of that one, let us know whenever it happened. But like, hey, somebody's in SKT, somebody is on AMC, which should all belong AMC full size at this point in time, right? So BBBY, we were looking at the 3750. So that if you guys took it at 3750, you're gonna be paid tomorrow. So that's basically how we work as a team. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. You've been doing an awesome job, and I want to congratulate you for the wins. You're doing great research. You've been very helpful. I can say without a doubt that some of you guys have made me more money this January, these last 15 days that you know, like what we did the whole year, like prior year, like just with 2, 3, or 4 ideas that you put on my radar this year. This has been amazing. So I'm just excited. I hope you guys are. And the way I use the excitement is to put more time into research, more time into preparing, more time into putting the alerts, making sure that I can give them with as plenty as time as I can. I don't want to be talking to you guys like, yeah, I bought the AMC at $2 when it's already $8. I mean, nobody's gonna make money out of that. But if I can put you guys in, that's great. So thank you guys for the support, the ideas, and the teamwork. Okay, see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, Mario. Appreciate
Sure,
it,
no
man.
problem. Okay.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.